Welcome back to another college football breakdown video. In this one, we're taking a look at a matchup between two Big 12 teams in Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Jumping into the stats for Oklahoma State, offensively, they're averaging about 45 points per game with 313 passing yards a game and 153 rushing yards per game. On the defensive end, they're giving up just under 29 points per game, and they're giving up 303 passing yards per game and 146 rushing yards per game. For Kansas State, offensively, they're scoring right at around 28.5 points per game. They're averaging about 170 passing yards per game and just over 232 rushing yards per game. And on the defensive end, they're giving up just under 20 points per game, 230 yards passing per game, and about 145 rushing yards per game. Then, if we take a look at the against the spread stats, Oklahoma State's 5-2 overall this year, and they're 2-0 as an away team and away underdog. Kansas State is 4-2-1 against the spread this year, and they're 3-1 as a home team and home favorite. So just by looking at the against the spread stats, nothing really stands out for each team. Both teams have had success covering the spread, and in their specific kind of situation, being an away team and a home team, both are performing pretty well against the spread. Then as we look at the over under, Oklahoma State 6-1 in overs this season, and that includes a 2-0 record on the road. Kansas State is 3-4 in overs this season with a 1-3 record at home. So Kansas State, run heavy team typically isn't going to hit the over all that much. Oklahoma State has been in some shootouts and they're hitting the overs pretty much every game. There's only one game that has went under. Then if we take a look at the all-time series, Oklahoma State leads the all-time series with a 42-26 record, and Oklahoma State has won the last three matchups between these two teams. Now, as we take a look at the line movement, the spread opened up at Oklahoma State -1, and it has moved to Oklahoma State +1.5. Then, looking at the point total, the game opened up at 58, and it has moved to 56, drops a couple points with how heavy Kansas State runs the ball. And then if we look at the public's bets, about 67% of the public is on Oklahoma State to cover. Now, looking at everything, the stats, the spread records, the over-unders, it's pretty obvious that Kansas State is going to try and run the ball, and I think they should have some success. I mean, Oklahoma State's given out almost 150 rushing yards per game, so they should definitely have some success in that aspect. And I would expect Oklahoma State to also have some success running the ball as well. Kansas State's defense has been better against the pass than the run. I mean, looking at the yardages, you'll see more passing yards given up, but it's definitely harder to get rushing yards than it is passing yards. So they're definitely more stout against the pass than they are the run. And Oklahoma State's defense, I mean, it's there, but it's almost non-existent. They're giving up over 300 passing yards a game and 150 rushing yards a game almost. So I'd expect Kansas State to have their way on offense, and with that being said, they're probably going to try and run the ball quite a bit. I'm going to stay away from the spread in this game. I think both teams match up pretty well, and I don't really have a good feel as to who's going to win. And with the spread being, a point and a half, it's basically a straight up game. So I'm not really going to take either side, but I do like the over in this game. Both defenses have struggled, as we can see. I know I mentioned that it could go under with both teams trying to run the ball, but I think Oklahoma State's defense is just so bad that they're going to give up quite a few points to Kansas State, and they're going to catch themselves behind. They're just going to have to throw the ball quite a bit, and they should be able to put up some points on the Kansas State defense. So I'm definitely going to take the over in this game, but I'm definitely staying away from either side of the spread. So with that being said, since I'm only on one side of this game, not being on the spread and only taking the point total, I don't have a parlay, but any kind of yardage stats you might want to throw on this, I wouldn't go crazy and go super high, but I would expect there to be some offense in this game, so it's probably not a bad bet to go ahead and include some of those yardage props for individual players to kind of boost the odds of a potential same game parlay. But that's all I have on this game. If you want to voice your opinion, or you think I'm wrong, you have a different opinion than me, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're looking for more kind of breakdown videos like these, definitely hit the subscribe button because I'll be coming out with plenty of them to come. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.